All right, let's just jump right in. We are in the middle of this huge shift in how we think about knowledge, about what it means to be an expert. And the reason? Well, it's all about artificial intelligence. So today, we're going to break down how AI is completely rewriting the rulebook, and maybe more importantly, who we can actually trust anymore. It really all starts with this one simple idea from researchers who are looking into this exact problem. In a world where AI can spit out incredibly professional-sounding stuff in a matter of seconds, we're suddenly facing a brand new reality. And that, right there, is the million-dollar question for our time, isn't it? If all the old signs of expertise are starting to fade away, how in the world do we figure out who really knows their stuff? This is the big challenge we're going to unpack together. To really get a handle on this, we first have to talk about something I like to call the instant expertise paradox. It's this idea that AI has shown up and just completely flipped the game board over. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. It's happening right now. AI models have gotten so good that they can pass the exact same standardized tests that we use to certify human experts. We're not just talking about writing a decent email here. We're talking about high-level, specialized knowledge that used to take people years, sometimes decades, to build up. And the sheer range of what AI can do is just wow. We're seeing models pass parts of the U.S. medical licensing exam. Think about that. Others are scoring in the top 1% on advanced economics exams, doing better than most human students. And then there's this, which is just mind-blowing. One study found an AI passed PhD-level assessments with an 83% score. I mean, AI didn't just get smart, it basically became an academic genius overnight. And all of that brings us right back to the paradox itself. When literally anyone can use an AI to whip up an answer that sounds like it came from a seasoned professional, the lines get really, really blurry. How do you tell the difference between real, hard-won understanding and just a very convincing copy cooked up by an algorithm? Now, this paradox, it's having a huge ripple effect on our traditional symbols of knowledge. Because if AI can fake expertise, it makes people start to question the credentials we've always just accepted. For generations, that diploma on the wall was the gold standard. But that foundation is definitely starting to show some cracks. Just look at this number from the Pew Research Center. Almost half of all adults in the U.S. now think a four-year degree is less important than it used to be. This isn't just a small group of people. This is a massive shift in how we as a society are thinking about the value of traditional education. And employers are right there, changing their whole mindset. It used to be all about what degree you had and what fancy school you went to, right? That diploma was just a stand-in for knowledge. But now, the focus is all on tangible skills and experience you can actually show. It's not about what you're certified in anymore. It's about what you can prove you can do. And this isn't just a vibe or a feeling, it's right there in the data. The percentage of job postings that demand a four-year degree took a pretty sharp nosedive in just a single year. Companies are actively stripping those requirements out to find the best talent, focusing on real competence instead of credentials. Okay, so if degrees are kind of losing their central role, where are people picking up all these skills? That's what we're jumping into next, this whole new world of learning that's popping up. I mean, the scale of this change is just wild. Think about this. Over 220 million people have signed up for these things called Massive Open Online Courses, or MOOCs. All of a sudden, knowledge that used to be locked up tight in a university lecture hall is now out there for anyone with a laptop. And it's not just those big courses either. The modern learner has this incredible toolkit. We're talking about amazing educational podcasts, YouTube tutorials for literally everything, contributing to open source projects, and learning from your peers in online forums. You can seriously build a world-class education for yourself now, piece by piece, on your own terms. So all of this leads us to what might be the most important part of this whole conversation. If the old rules are out the window, what are the new ones? In this new digital age, how do you actually build trust and prove that you know what you're talking about? Okay, this is the key. We're seeing a fundamental change from what you could call institutional proof to social proof. Your old credibility was handed to you by an institution, like a college. But this new credibility, it's something you have to earn through your contributions. We've literally gone from, trust me, I know what I'm doing, to, don't trust me, see for yourself. So how do you actually do it? Well, you learn out in the open. You share what you're learning consistently. You build a public portfolio of your work for the whole world to see, whether that's your code on GitHub or your designs on Behance. And ultimately, you earn trust by being transparent, by inviting questions, and actually engaging with people. And don't think for a second this is just theoretical. It has very real-world consequences. A massive 68% of employers are now checking out your online presence to see what you've actually done. Your public portfolio is becoming your new resume, and in many cases, it's way more important. It's your proof. So what does this all add up to? Well, it looks like we're watching the rise of a new kind of meritocracy, one where your proven ability to get things done truly matters more than the fancy credentials you might have. You know, this quote just nails the entire shift we've been talking about. The burden of proof has shifted. It's not on the institution anymore. It's on you, the individual. It's not about the paper on your wall, but the work you put out into the world for everyone to see. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. In this new world where AI can sound like an expert and a degree just isn't what it used to be, the biggest question is a personal one. How are you going to prove what you know?